Hello again, and welcome to the Corner Studio here in my garage. And I see from the high-tech teleprompter, it is indeed time for another episode of Friday Evening Camera Talk. This one's number 134. We got a full show tonight. Before we get started with that, I will say we're shooting on the Nikon Z5ii and the 24-120 lens. I've called the 24-120 lens our stock and trade on the channel. That's the lens that makes the most sense in the most different circumstances. We're shooting with the Z5ii though. We've bounced that back and forth between the studio and the house. It's such a versatile little camera. I'm kind of auditioning it out here in the studio again. We took the Z9 back inside and I parked the 28-400 lens on it. And it appeared to be almost just a fortuitous kind of event because just yesterday while I was cooking dinner and the wife had already put on her pajamas, it was about 8 o'clock here, but the light is still plenty good because we've got another hour and 15 minutes worth of daylight here at 8 o'clock. And a brown creeper appeared outside on a tree right outside the kitchen window. And I told the wife, go grab the Z9 with the 28-400 on it, see if you can get that brown creeper. And I told her to be safe, just concentrate on photos and then see if you could get any footage. And I think she got some of both. I'm going to drop a picture in here as proof. Been trying to get a brown creeper for ages, and they're a bird that just flits around, moves around so fast. Their business model is they climb trees, particularly Douglas fir trees and other conifers, and they extract insects down in deep bark, and it's so hard to get them. But anyway, I'm going to drop that picture in here and we'll be right back. All right, so moving things along, we've got a really full show tonight. We're going to talk about the 70-200 lens. There's some samples. We've got the Shimoda bag over here. I think it's just off the camera. You can see the edge of the Sherpani Soleil. I'm going to talk about them. And at the end, we've got a little bit of footage, the Shipwreck Festival in nearby Anacortes. I took the Z8 and the 24-70 to that, I think it was last weekend, and yeah, it was last Saturday, and I got some footage there just as a sample of the 24-70 f2.8 version 2, because we're kind of talking about its twin. The 24-70 was released first, of course, and the 70-200 came just after, and they kind of pair off together. It's almost a combo if you only needed two camera lenses, 24-70, the 70-200. That could be the two possibly. But anyway, before we move the program along, I've got an important safety message. So we're going to drop a couple of screen grabs in here, and we'll be right back. So the screen grabs that you saw, they're not AI or made up or anything else. It's these two. And I got this straight off of Nikon's website. This is strictly a public service announcement, but I'm going to read it off here. It says, this is in regard to the 70-200 lens. Warning, do not use this product if you have a pacemaker or other medical device. The magnet or magnets in this product could cause medical devices to malfunction. So there it is. This lens could kill you. It's that good. I'm finding, here's another screen grab. We're going to drop this one in so you can see what it's like, because I'm going to talk about it, and I know you can't see it here with me waving it around. So we'll be right back in just a second. All right, so the wife has been using this lens, the 70-200 f2.8, and getting used to it. The first bit of feedback that she got was, wow, it's really fast autofocusing, and it just kind of grabs your subject and holds on to it. It so happens that that screen grab kind of refers to that. It says 3.5 times faster, 17.5 times more precise, and 40% better focus tracking while zooming. Now, I didn't have it, that's in comparison to the first 70-200 version 1 of this same lens. I don't have that lens to compare this one to, but I don't deny this lens is a marvel. I have used it for one outing. I walked around the property here. The wife's been taking it all over when we go places. This has been parked on the Z8. This is her Z8 70-200 lens. It doesn't look like I'm going to get a lot of use out of that lens because she's out doing gardening today, and I brought this out, and I'm going to put it right back where I lifted it from so that it's there. She's been shooting this around the property, doing various things with it. This is a lens that's going to stick with us. We really are liking it. I tell you what, let's take a look at the photo samples first, and some of these the wife shot, some of them I shot, and we'll be right back. Okay, so we just saw those photo samples taken, of course, with the Z8 and the 70-200. I think we're already knee-deep in proving this lens has some real capability to it. Let's go ahead and take a look at the video samples, and we'll be right back. Okay, so we just saw the video samples of the Z8 and the 70-200. I've kind of scooted the camera out of the way so I can get to these bags, but that camera, the Z8 and the 70-200, they balance beautifully together. When you hold them in your hand, you just say, wow, this feels right. I don't want to appear to be, you know, going off the on a tangent here off on the deep end, but we're really enjoying this lens, and the thing came out like in February or something. I shouldn't have, you know, I guess sometimes it takes you a while to change your mode of thinking, because we really, you know, I came off of the 24-70, and that lens over time has kind of gathered my attention. Its stock has gone up and up since I've been using it, but when I first got it, it's just the money of the thing. You know, it was almost $3,000 with sales tax and everything, and that just seemed like it was on my mind. It was plaguing me. It was keeping me from enjoying the lens, and the lens had to work harder to prove itself because it cost so much more than the 24-120 that I'm used to, the f4, which is just such a good value in, you know, in the Z mount. And I just wanted to, I don't know, hold that against the 24-70 because of its cost. But it has really, the 24-70 has really just, you know, my opinion of it has gone up and up and up steadily. And as I mentioned, I shot it at this local shipwreck festival, which is really, mostly it's a flea market, and they close off some of the streets, and it goes on for quite a ways. There's 2 aisles, and then some of the side streets have dealers set up. I didn't photograph the whole thing in an attempt to do a, you know, a news story, newsreel type thing, but I just shot some samples of merchandise that I saw that was kind of interesting, and I thought we'd do the thing on the bags first, but let's just do the Shipwreck Festival thing now. And when we come back, we'll work on these bags. I'll tell you what's going on with them.
Go. Oh yeah.
All right, so all of that was footage shot with the 24-70 and the Z8. And I meant to mention before I introduced that clip that all of this stuff was just handheld on the fly. I was just holding the camera. In fact, I'm going to get it out of here, and I'll just demonstrate. I was holding the camera and not really. I just packed this bag here, and I'm still getting used to it. I was gonna, you know, as part of the segment, unpack this thing in an orderly way. But you see, in the Sherpani, I've taken the neoprene Optech, and I've put, because the Sherpani, it doesn't have the rigidity that the Shimoda has, and it's not a true camera backpack, as I mentioned, but I kind of feel like what I put in there has got to have a little extra padding. But you can see the Z8, I was using it like this at the Shipwreck Festival, just handheld. And what I was doing was, I was just taking the hinge screen, which I really love the hinge screen on the Z8 and Z9. And I'd see something interesting, and I was just holding this for like 3 to 5 seconds and shooting a clip. If it was down low, I was just holding it like that for, you know, about 5 seconds. If I saw something I thought was, you know, I needed to come in from up high, I was just hinging the screen out and just holding it. And I was finding that this 24-70 just really does a great job with that kind of shooting, kind of on the fly. So anyway, you saw me pull this out of the bag. This is the Shimoda, and I want to get the name right, even though I've been using this bag for a while. It's the Explorer 25 V2, and I introduced this on the channel a couple of episodes ago. This is the Sherpani Soleil, S-O-L-E-I-L, Soleil, and I've put everything that was in this bag into this bag just to try it out. This is the neoprene I was using with the Canon V1 before I got rid of it, and you'll see that's the Ceramonic V-Mic Mini 2 in there, packed up nice and tidy. I've got the 400 4.5 in there, and just everything else. Woo, all the little tidbits, all the little things that I need are just tucked in here. Bottle of water on this side. I've got some supplies, lens wipes, all that kind of stuff in this pocket. There's a couple other pockets to put, you know, different things in. Now, I will say, if you're just carrying this thing or putting it over, putting the shoulder strap over your shoulder, that's one thing. I find that as a backpack, the straps, they're less ergonomic and they're less comfortable than the Shimoda. The Shimoda, this is actually built for, you know, taking out in the woods, climbing hills, whatever. Not knocking the Shimoda, I'm just saying I unpacked from the Shimoda and I'm trying this setup just short term to see if it works or not. This is 3 pounds less than this rig, right out of the gate, 3 pounds. So I save 3 pounds that I don't have to carry with this bag. However, this has got the proper padding in it. It's a little more ergonomic to put on your back. I'm already finding, differences. Like I have to pack this one to protect my lens, the camera. I've got to put neoprene in there. I've got another neoprene at the bottom of the bag folded up for padding. So it's a difference in approaches here. Serious camera bag that has proven itself in the field over and over again versus the newcomer that just weighs a lot less and has some potential. I kind of see these as different outings, and the drawback is that I used to keep, the Z8 and the 24-70 and the 400 4.5 packed in here, and I felt like I was ready to go out in the field and do wildlife. Now, if I was going out in the field and had very much hiking or a long way to walk, I'd probably have to pack out of this bag and back into the Shimoda. But for about everything else, I'm going to try the Sherpani, and I'm going to see how this bag works here. We'll report back on the channel, but it already feels like saving this 3 pounds is kind of important to me. And I know when this fall comes and we've got the bird migrations and all the usual wildlife stuff that we go out and do, I'm going to have to pack my gear back into the Shimoda. There's no way around it. But the 3 pounds right now, this almost feels like a summer weight type of thing, a seasonal bag where I can just throw things in there and kind of go and save a little bit of weight. So as we always do on the channel, we'll report back as we know more about all this stuff, the lens, the bags, whatever else it is that we've talked about. I've got a couple of events coming up that I expect to go out and get some content for the channel. I've got further lens testing to do with this 70-200. We're kind of expecting in the next day or two sort of a surprise item to come in, and I don't want to spill the beans about it yet, but we'll certainly be talking about that on the channel. So anyway, I want to thank everybody for joining us today. We hope to see you again soon in another episode. So till then, take care.